Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to Jeff. Uh, it keeps, hold on. Okay, it keeps, whatever. There we go. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back to Reality Water Cooler. I am Sarah from Texas, and this is our place to chat all the latest celebrity gossip, reality TV, Jeff Lewis Live, Jeff Lewis Extended. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see you over on TikTok, Chris. How are you? Oh my gosh, I hope you're having an amazing day. Is this software update gone wrong, affecting anybody at home, at work, all the things? Thank you, Chris, for sending me a heart over on TikTok. Please tap the screen over there, y'all. Make sure you're liking and following and subscribing, commenting, all the things. Get comfortable. If you are brand new, we love to chat all the things live, but get comfortable in comments. Tell us where you're from. Tell us what you think. Someone's from Atlanta, Rose on Instagram. We love getting to know each other better. And obviously, the Facebook group, Sarah from Texas, is a really easy way to do that also. Um, so it did affect us a little bit. I was at an appointment this morning and it ran about 2 hours late. Luckily, we left and came back home because they only had one computer to manually input stuff and charge everyone. So, it's a little bit crazy, but I hope it didn't affect anyone else in a worse way, or especially financially or medically or health-wise, anything like that, because I don't even follow the news much. I don't know what this is, but whatever this software update gone wrong, it really affected a lot of people. Yes, Tiffany said, shout out Chumpats, adore you. Okay, let's get into a little bit of gossip. Yes, Mindy Cohen spilling the tea. Okay, so last night, remember, I've always said, if you don't watch the Jeff Lewis video, not all the time. Sometimes it's kind of like chitter chatter. Sometimes Jeff is whistling, which is actually kind of fun to hear. My dad, God rest his soul, was a huge whistler. He was really good at it. So when I hear Jeff Lewis whistle, it kind of reminds me of my dad. It's kind of sweet. But anyways, but most of the time, they're just kind of chitter chatter. Well, yesterday's commercial break on July 18th, he is talking to Melissa Rivers and says, don't forget, Melissa Rivers is friends with, it's like 6 degrees of separation of Jeff Lewis. Melissa Rivers is really good friends with Josh Flagg. Josh Flagg is really good friends with Sonia Morgan. Jeff Lewis has had this big feud, like a rampage against Sonia Morgan ever since mid-June, the Watch What Happens Live anniversary taping, okay? So Jeff all of a sudden says, hey, if you're letting Josh Flagg have a +1 at your destination wedding, don't let him bring Sonia Morgan because she will ruin your wedding. And Melissa Rivers was like, oh, I don't even think he's getting a +1. So that was interesting. You got to make sure you're listening. If not, make sure you're following me so I can get it all for you. Also, Joey Zalzig was basically asking, he was asking if he could be Jeff Lewis's +1 for her wedding. And it's a destination wedding. Truth be told, tell me in comments, does anyone think on God's green earth that Jeff Lewis is hopping on a plane and flying to this destination wedding of Melissa Rivers? Hail to the no, he is not. So I don't even know why she's given him an invitation. He's probably not flying to the wedding. But Jeff's like, I'm not in a relationship. I don't think I'm getting a +1, like, nor should I. Like, it's a destination wedding and what have you. But I thought it was interesting that Joey was asking him for that. I'm getting a lot of comments on Joey. I think opinions are flowing about Joey Zalzig lately. Yes, I see y'all's comments on Instagram for sure. Y'all's comments are there. I see them for sure. You're sending them to me in the DM. Chris, you sent me a bracelet on TikTok. Thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. I've got to meet you in person one day. I can't believe I've been chatting with you for so long and I've not met you yet. I'm dying. Oh, Tiffany Chump. Well, that's a good thing, right? Tiffany Chump says our computers at work kept turning it on and off today at our. Oh, I forgot. You're at the hospital. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want it affecting anyone medically or, all those things. But anyways, okay, we're talking about the software update. Let me know. So then on the second commercial break, and he's mentioned this before, and I think we chatted about it, or I talked to people in the DMs, I can't remember. But Joey says, should I go have drinks with Josh Flagg? He's asked me out for drinks. Now, I don't know that I see Josh Flagg. I don't know. Let's think about this. based on the last few people, Josh Flagg likes them very tall, very fit. And based on Brian, all I've known of Brian is that Joey Zalzig at 6'5" likes them a little bit shorter than him. So maybe he and Josh, they both like money. They both like fame. They're both in this LA, West Hollywood fame world, influencer, real estate, being on TV, all the things. So let me know if you think Josh Flagg and Joey Zalzig could be a match. I don't know. Now I'm kind of maybe seeing it. Okay, Tom Sandoval, if you didn't hear, he was countersuing Ariana Madix, but then he says he misunderstood what his attorney said and has taken that back. So I don't know. He just wants everything hunky-dory. I think he heard the backlash and was like, oh, hell to the no. He had deleted his Instagram. His girlfriend at the time, his girlfriend had deleted, this big Instagram model had deleted her Instagram. They both brought them back up. I don't know. What does it mean when people delete their whole, it's just like, it reminds me of like an 8-year-old that's like, oh, you caught me on, hide and go seek. So I'm not playing anymore. It's not going to be my turn. And they just delete their Instagram, right? That's what Ariana did whenever we found out about the cheating. I think it's just so hard to stay off social media. It really is an addiction. Really, there might be the serious question. Are there like, places you can go for, like disorders for like social media, like addiction things? Are there places to go? Like, I don't know. Anyways, okay. So I think that's why they deleted it, is because they don't have the self-control to stay off and not read all of the garbage, for sure. Chris says, are we getting a Salt Lake City trailer today or not? I don't know. Y'all know I don't love the trailers. I feel like they ruin everything. It gets us excited, but I don't know. It wouldn't shock me. Monica from Salt Lake City, even though she was fired, put on pause, whatever, she is doing every podcast asked. I wonder if she would do mine, although she's blocked me, which is odd. I'm like, why block me? Like, it's Jeff Lewis that pissed you off at BravoCon, not me. Why do people block me? Oh my gosh. Okay, Kyle Richards. I thought she had already done this. The way people pay attention to people's Instagram profiles, who they're following, who they're not following, all the things. I think it was TMZ put up a story that after this TMZ video of Mauricio smooching this young girl at the airport in like Greece or something, Kyle Richards removed the word wife as one of her descriptions from her Instagram profile. Now, I thought she had done that. One of them changed something about their Instagram profile, because y'all are amazing and let me know everything. Shout out to everyone that gives me information. And I thought we had talked about this, but is it maybe somebody else's Instagram profile that I'm thinking of? They're saying she did it in response to this video, but she also put up a picture, of her, like, showing her muscle. Oh, I have not been, y'all, the food is real. And I've not been going to the gym enough. Anyways, she put a picture of herself up, like showing her muscles or something. It's like totally not caring, trying to let people know, look, I've moved on, what have you. I don't know. I don't even know if it has to be a financial reason. In 2024 in Hollywood, she's been divorced before. There's no like, religious reasons or family, whatever. I don't want to get a divorce. It would be bad. Has to be some reason they haven't already filed for divorce. I'm happy that they vacation together. They seem to video or film on each other's TV shows, Beverly Hills, buying Beverly Hills on Netflix. But I don't know. I don't know why they aren't officially just divorcing. 3 of their 4 kids are old enough. I guess the youngest is 16, Portia. I don't know. Let me know. Okay. Yes, we will definitely. MJC already says, what's the facts of life betrayal? Let me know who you think it is. We're going to chat OC real quick, but then we're going to get into it, because Jeff Lewis, some of the things I want to chat about is how many times you change your bed sheets a week. Jeff told us how many times he does. Another thing is the facts of life drama. Who is it? We've narrowed it down to Tootie or Blair. So let me know if you've done a deep dive. Let me know if Shane should pay more than, oh, I've got balloons coming up on my Instagram. Thank you. Shane's Cameo is only $50. So let me know if it should be that, if it should be more than that. And then this caller, Cooper, on the extended show talks about being pregnant and the guy blocked her and she can't reach him. But I was so confused by the story. So somebody fill me in on that. And then Carrie is pissed off, working mom, wife issues, mad at Todd because he only goes to work and she takes care of all the other last minute summer things for their two daughters. So anyways, we have a lot to chat about. Yes. Happy Friday, Tracy. Happy Friday. Okay. MJC says Blair probably, but it seemed like that got ruined. Okay. We'll chat about it, but Blair was like a surprise on one of the, episodes of like Ellen DeGeneres or one of those shows, anyways, I don't know. It got confusing. Everyone was looking who's following who, the faces that Mindy Cohen was making. It was really good. Okay. Raise your hand in comments if you're watching OC, Real Housewives of Orange County, season 18, episode 2 was on last night. I didn't watch it till like 1 a.m. Went out with some girlfriends to celebrate a friend's 55th birthday. It was so fun. We didn't really stay out late, but by the time I got home, one of my kids came home from their job, said goodnight to the hubs, getting ready for some stuff for the weekend, stuff for the day. I fell into the trap of TikTok and just scrolling and Instagram. I had to watch the Jeff Lewis video, and then I found some interesting things on the commercials. So I made some clips of that and posted it. Finally, I turn on OC at like 1 a.m. and watch it. And it did not disappoint. It kept me wide awake. It was a little bit funny. It was a little bit drama. Like they're just quirky enough. We learned more about the new girl, Katie, and her like 2 or 3 baby daddies. I couldn't figure out how many she had. It was good. It was a good episode. Let me know what you thought. Like I wondered, y'all know last week, I wondered if Shannon was carrying the show on her back, the season on her back. But I do feel like now when they brought in this Gina and Jen Pedrani drama, I feel like, oh, okay, that adds another layer. So that was kind of interesting for sure. Yvonne says, I don't like this season so far. The same old story, picking on the quiet, meeker women. Who's quiet on the OC though? Are you calling Shannon quiet? Love Shannon. We're birthday girls. I'm 51. She just turned 60, March 24th. Shout out Shannon Bedore. I don't feel sorry for her though. She is posting. She is a queen. She is getting so much good feedback after all the hellaciousness of the DUI. She agreed to sign the contract for season 18. She agreed to film with, she knows exactly what she's doing. So I don't feel sorry for her. If you're calling her a meek woman, I can't think of anyone meek on the show, like at all. Quieter than the rest of them. Okay. But I mean, there's levels, right? It's like obnoxious Tamara, then down to maybe Katie's the calmest one so far, but she could just be like, just quietly watching and then she's going to, you know what I mean? Okay. If I am ever lucky enough, oh my gosh, let me put this out there. First of all, I would love Kathy Hilton to come on my podcast. Shout out Kathy Hilton. She has said that she would. She gave me her PR guy's name, Andy, and he didn't read it or he didn't respond, whatever. I'm probably not big enough. My other thing I would love to do is go first. I'd love to go to her Christmas party this public Christmas party that she does, this DirecTV one. But Heather Dubrow. No, I wouldn't. Never mind. I would be dying of I would be too nervous. Anyways, I was going to say I want to go to a Heather Dubrow party, but never mind. I take it back. I only want to see it on TV and just go, oh my freaking God. Every minute detail. Now, money buys a lot of people to do all your chores, all your planning. She can hire the best of the best, but I think that's just her thing. I think she's got really good. Like, I like Heather Dubrow. I'm sort of glad that her and Jeff Lewis are back in good graces. I would love for her to come on Jeff Lewis Live. Let's kind of make that happen for sure. But that party, that lunch that they did, first of all, there was just enough drama at it that it got 2 episodes, so that's a really good thing for her. It was amazing. Okay, let's get into the Gina and Jen Pendrati of it all, the financial details. I have chatted with a couple of realtors in the DMs today. I understand the point of view that realtors apparently sign like this code of ethics that's very similar to like a doctor, a counselor, a psychiatrist, lawyer, lots of other jobs where you cannot repeat their information. But we know people do, because I have people in those things that tell me information. They might not tell me the person's name, but they tell me the details of some things. It gets tricky to me because they're on a reality TV show and Gina's like, well, I got to talk about this stuff because she's a cast member on the show. It's really juicy. She knows it gives a storyline. But at the end of the day, if she really betrayed, if you want to use that word, her obligation to stay confident, the confidentiality thing between her and a client, which was Jen, or was she just working as a friend? That's where it gets the whole blurred lines, right? You hire a friend, or a friend helps you out because Jen couldn't get into another lease. So I guess Gina helped her, maybe didn't do a credit check. Maybe she didn't have to. Maybe she put it under her name. I couldn't really tell. Could y'all remember all the details? Like I said, I was watching at 1 in the morning. I was a little bit tired. Um, oh my God. Tiffany Chump says, I want Carrie Lewis to invite me to Christmas Eve. I will make a salad or a dessert. I love that for sure. I couldn't tell. I had mixed feelings because I feel like Jen, with her 7 children, her messy life of this year, she did say, I was getting a pedicure this morning and I was watching they were like, do you want us to do your nails at the same time? And I'm like, no, because I need my phone. I said, I'm working. I told my nail tech I'm working. I had my AirPods in. I was watching this, what's it called? Like Bravo behind the scenes or something like that. Something I fell upon, some interview when Jen Pedrani was just in New York. So it was very current. And they were asking about, all this stuff, her life that imploded, kids living with Ryan. So I wanted a current. And then at the end of it, I made a video on it. So check that out everywhere. It's Sarah from Texas Podcast, where Jen says, this is all wrong. This $16 million lawsuit, this gambling and theft accusation against my boyfriend Ryan is not him. It's our friends that are involved in it, and he's not involved, and you're going to figure it out. So anyways, but she says he has no job. He does nothing. He plays in sunshine. I'm like, okay, unless he's just, what do you think Ryan is? I don't know, 45, 50. I'm not even sure how old he is. I don't know. Does he have kids? She's got 7 kids. They were separated apparently like 4 years ago. The divorce is finally final, but there was no conversation. She has no relationship with the ex-husband who now lives in Oklahoma. It sounds like the kids have a relationship with the dad, and her kids have a relationship with Ryan. So that's all good. Tiffany Chump says, did I hear that Jen just won big time in her divorce? I don't know. In this interview that I saw, she didn't talk about any of the financial information, but they just went on a trip to the Bahamas and took 10 kids. They took her 7 kids and I think some friends. So I'm like, that is not cheap. I just did a trip to the Bahamas with one of my children, and 3 nights was not cheap. So actually, I think it was a good price because it was all inclusive. But anyways, 10 I mean, she's not hurting. So either she's using Ryan to have a place to stay, financial, stability, one house, not moving her 7 kids around. She said after the divorce, she had moved them 5 times for different reasons. So Laura on TikTok says her dad put the deposit down. Yeah. Wasn't that scene? So I haven't had my dad in 20 years. I lost him when he was only 54 to lung cancer. And I had a precious relationship with my dad. But the conversation with Jen Pedrani's mom and dad came and visited them, and she was like, "I feel like I let y'all down. I'm 40," I think she said 6 years old, 49 years old, however old she is, and she's like, "And I had to have y'all help me," and the mom and dad were both like, "That's what we do." You know what I mean? So, thank you, Sephora says, "Please give a thumbs up." Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I don't know. There's something to this gambling thing. There's some reason that his name is in this. I don't think it's just because their friends are involved in this at all. Let me know your thoughts. What are you thinking of the slow motion like entrances they're doing? I feel like they're doing it for Shannon to make her like super sexy and super, hey Dina, I see you on Instagram. Super sexy, but they also did it for Emily coming into the what's the restaurant that they used to go to? Oh God, what's it called? It's one I've always wanted to go to. Um, it's the one that Alexis goes to all the deck in Laguna Beach, and Kelly Dodd talks about it a lot. They were going to that, right? Uh, anyways, but it's like they did this slow motion, like sexy entrance. It was really cute. I don't know. But who's right? Jen or Gina in the real estate part of it should Jen, I mean, does she expect that I don't know, I feel like they sold their soul and they needed the storyline. Is Gina wrong for telling the other people the information that, "Look, I had helped her with this house, she didn't pay her bills," all those things. I think I just saw, was it 100? I saw some article this morning that she is going to settle this $160,000 debt to the people that she owed the house to, this rental property. But I'm like, "Girl, if you were divorced and you don't have income coming in," I guess she owned this yoga studio, but clearly then the pandemic happened. People weren't. She's doing $50, making $50 off doing a yoga class. I mean, that ain't gonna pay it in OC, honey. Um, you can't be renting, like, you gotta go and get a $2,000 a month. You gotta get something. You gotta move back home with mom and dad. You gotta figure something out. Hold on. Gretchen says, per the order, William, the ex-husband of Jen Pedrati, will pay Jennifer $4,674 per month in child support for the 4 kids. Why only 4? She has 7. Did she adopt 3 of the children after they split up? Is that what it is? $4,600. I only have 5 kids. That shit don't go far. And I don't even live in the OC. I live in Texas, where living is, you know, easier to do, right? The cost of living. Yes. Yes. AUS says, I understand how Gina could be pissed and professionally embarrassed too. I mean, she was like, "Look, bitch, don't turn down, don't pull down my career." The interview that I saw from Jen Pedrati was like, "Look, Gina and I are in a really good place now, but when this was going on, it hurt her that Gina said something to the effect of, she was trying to she could tear down my career that I built up." And she was like, "No, no, no. I am so proud of her. She has built this real estate career for her and her children. And I'm so proud of her that that's what really hurt her." Oh, Dee Dungrove said her dad paid off the debt, talked about it. Hold on. Oh, on Watch What Happens last night. I haven't watched Watch What Happens live from the last 2 nights. I'm behind out here living life, right? Tiffany Chump says 2 things could be true, as Jameson says. What Jen did was wrong and what Gina did was wrong. But it was so right for episode 2, right? It was so good. Anyways. Oh, Jackie says, I heard that Ryan has kids that live with him, but they're not. Wait a minute. Okay, so in this house, we've got, in Ryan's house, it didn't look humongous. You've got Ryan, you've got Jen, 2 adults, and then a couple of her kids are like 17, which means they're probably 18 years old now. There was like 15, 14, 12, 10. I wonder if 10 is the youngest. I don't know. There's 7 of them. And then he's got kids too. Girl. Oh, that's a shit ton of kids. And how does she go out and film? Like I don't know. Ooh, MJC. Gina is wrong. Period. IMHO, in my humble opinion. I love that. I love how ballsy that, or the way I'm reading it, Gina, or MJC is, Gina is wrong. Period. in my humble opinion. Steph says, we're chatting Real Housewives of OC episode 2 last night. We're about to chat Jeff Lewis. So don't forget, we always try to leave room for general comments, but I love for y'all to chat as we're going along. So get comfortable in comments. Tell us where you're from. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like all the things. I would really appreciate it. If you're on TikTok, please sure to tap the screen. Y'all, we only have 1.2 thousand likes on the TikTok. Get your thumb working. Please, I would appreciate it. Okay, today's Jeff Lewis Live had Mindy Cohn and Michael Hitchcock. Hey, Kim, I love Michael Hitchcock. I think he just has enough little quirks that he pops in. I love the self-deprecating humor. I love how much time he apparently has, because I guess he hasn't gotten any side gigs off of his quick appearance on Palm Royale that he's doing any other work. But I don't know. I like him. I don't think I would normally. I don't know. I don't think I would normally. Yeah. Thank you, Lindsay, for the follow. Yvonne says he's so freaking funny. Yeah. Do y'all like him? I definitely think the tide is changing on some of the regular chumps, because I'm getting feedback from y'all on that. But I'm also getting feedback on other people like Michael Hitchcock that he's totally growing on y'all. Like, not that I had a problem with him at all the first time, but he's really growing on me a lot. So, okay. Who is the date that Jeff has tonight? It's his 6th date. I don't know that this is anyone that Jeff has told us about lately. So he's been single like 9-10 months from Chef Stew. He has dated, banged, whatever you want to call it, a lot of people. Since then, different cities. He's visited the guy in Chicago. He's visited the guy in Phoenix. He's had somebody visit him. He's gone to San Francisco with something. I'm getting all these cities wrong. Feel like he had the Dallas guy come and visit him. Feel like he had the New York guy, or that he went to New York. So many men. But he always gives a little blurb to like tell us, like, this is the $10,000 dinner. This is the chiropractor that called in. This is the guy I met in Dallas. He gives us a little bit more, but I don't know who he's talking about at all. And I'm kind of fascinated that he hasn't told us anything. So all he tells us today starts out, he's pretty much saying, look, all the Reddit rumors, I am not going to get with Joey. I don't cross those boundaries. And then Shane reminds him, hey, Stu was a chump before you started dating him. So Stu was on like once, like November, God, what was the dates? 2021, maybe? When Jeff was doing the shows from his house, and he was promoting his where's my book? My book is way up there. The cookbook that he has with Amy Phillips. And Stu was in a relationship. Jeff was, I think, in between or in who knows? I think he was with Scott at the time. Who knows? And eventually they ended up dating and got close really fast, right? Oh, Denise, how about from the Galleria area? Shout out. Anyway, so Shane reminds him, you dated Stu, like he was a chump. Anyways, Jeff kind of, missed whatever, but he says the guy I'm dating tonight is like our sixth date tonight. It's a Friday. So he's given up a Friday. Now he doesn't have, I don't think he has Monroe this week, but he says the guy slid into his DM on Instagram. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know who it is. I love that he's keeping him. First of all, if he slid into his DMs, it could be someone that he met out. It could be someone they know mutually. But I feel like Jeff is old school. If it's someone that hooked him up, or, someone that set him up, they would have I've got Jeff Lewis's cell phone number. So clearly he passes it out like candy, right? I feel like Jeff would have given that person his phone number instead of having him slide into his DMs, right? Especially if it's somebody that had never DM'd him before and Jeff hadn't responded to, it would go into that extra file that's like Jeff never looks at, right? Yvonne says, I think he and Joey definitely did the do. I don't know. It wouldn't shock me if they did anything, because I think they both tend to have some high libido action going on. But I don't know. Yeah. Oh, Darla says, In a perfect world, I wish Jeff and Stu could work through their differences. Y'all know, I never say never because we have seen, OMG, y'all, not this December, but the December before, Jeff was with Chef Stu. And yet behind the scenes, he was texting Gage saying, "Hey, let's do more than dad stuff." And, Gage had to threaten to come out with it. And then Jeff had to finally admit it. Yeah. So as much as no one ever thought he would have an interest, he says that, he got the emotions of wanting to get his family back together. And I totally can relate to, or not relate to that. I'm married with kids, but I can understand that. I can empathize with that for sure. Kay Smith. Wow. I've heard that from others too. Yes, y'all are talking about the Megan thing. Yeah. Yeah. I made a video on that. So check that out, Lindsay. But I'm curious who it is. I'm more curious. Does this surprise you? First of all, tell me honestly, let's be honest, brutally honest, okay? Even if it's gross. First of all, I will admit I hate I hate housework in general. I hate mopping wood floors, so I haven't done it, my whole adult life. I've always had a housekeeper, thankfully. I hate changing bed sheets. Hate it. Oh my gosh. It's such a chore. I like sweat. I'm dying. Jeff has his bed sheets changed 3 times a week. I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all, but he showers every single night. So like last night, I showered yesterday. Let me think. I showered at like 1 o'clock and then put makeup on, got ready. And then I went out. We were in air conditioning all night. I didn't shower before I went to bed. Showered this morning, but I didn't, and I just pulled my hair up, but I didn't shower before I went to bed. I didn't feel dirty. I wasn't walking around barefoot. I didn't have sand on me. I went out to dinner, but Jeff says he showers twice a day and always before he gets into bed. So what, never mind. I just remembered, I guess like action. Is that why he's having his sheets changed so much? He's got the stuff all over the sheets. Like, do gay guys not put down a towel like girls do? Does everyone get a little washcloth or a hand towel? Or just like run up and get a tissue afterwards? Go, oh my God, oh my God. Anyways, okay. Tea with Tambo says, I change my sheets once a week on average. That's what we do. Every Tuesday is our ladies' day. Yeah. Jet says, Stu is a different situation. It wasn't just a breakup, allegedly cheating and STD. So that's ultimate betrayal and scorched earth. There won't ever be a reunion with that. But Jet, did you ever think Jeff would be trying to get back with Gage? Gage allegedly tried to cheat or was cheating, flirting, whatever, with a guy from the gym. So, and apparently they were living in separate rooms. Like there was a lot going on with that. You know what I mean? Oh, Tea with Tambo says Zach Peter is hanging with Chef Stu a lot. I think a lot of people hang out in LA. Like it's like work related. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There are definitely people, as much as Jeff just told us that he does not like that Megan and Stu remain friends. So he's kind of distanced himself from Megan. He told us out earlier this week or last week. There's a lot of people that are on Heather McDonald's podcast, that are on Jeff Lewis's podcast. We just saw a picture of Chef Stu with Dorinda and Polly. Jeff Lewis is friends with Dorinda and Paul. Dolores and Polly. Now I'm mixing up people. So I don't know. It gets a little tricky for sure. I liked, popular opinion. MJC says, I never liked Gage and Jeff together. They seem to actively despise each other. I think it worked, though. I think Jeff, especially after they had Monroe, that last season or two of flipping out where like they were bickering a lot, which if you've ever had a baby, especially one that has colic that, Jeff said they couldn't do, it took a lot to calm down Monroe. So stressful. Somebody's saying that Chef and Zach Peter had a fling. Now they're just friends. Okay, tell me more about that. Because Zach Peter has always admitted he doesn't really date. Like, he's never in his life had a boyfriend, I don't think. That's what he said on an Instagram Live one time. Anyways, that I saw. Yeah, Miss Pat has been back and forth. So, yeah, I mean, Melissa Rivers was just on with, and now she was on with Jeff Lewis. So there's a lot of the back and forth. Okay, we already chatted about this a little bit. Facts of Life reunion. Basically, Mindy Cohen was like, look, during the pandemic, we were in talks, we had a writer, all these things, all four of us. So who was it? What was Mindy Cohen's name? Her character name. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. Okay, y'all tell me. Tootie, Blair, Joe, and what was her name? Anyways, all four of them were on board to do a reunion of Facts of Life. And then they caught someone that was not cute, and it was drama, and she tried to sell a separate spinoff. Natalie, thank you. So Natalie, Joe, Tootie, and Blair. They were all four on board. And someone tried to get a separate spinoff deal, and it ruined it for everyone else. And she basically doesn't talk to the person, but she will not absolutely say who it was. We've kind of narrowed it down to either Tootie or Blair, but there seems to be like equal information on both of them. Like, I don't know if we can figure it out, right? I don't know. I mean, I haven't thought of Lisa Welchel, whatever her name is, Blair, in 10, 15, 20 years. Like, I never hear of Joe either. What's her name? McQueen. What's her name? Natalie McQueen. What's her name? Whatever her name is. Never hear of her either. Anyways, oh, Pej, DL Glaze on Instagram says, what happened to the really nice looking guy who used to host on Jeff's show? Name started with a P. Pej Vidot. Jeff let us know at the May 30th live event that he thought Pej was terrible. I think is the word he used. Terrible or horrible or awful on the show, on the radio. He said that he felt like Pej held back too much and was too concerned about his career to really give up information. Nancy McLean? Yeah, something like that. The girl, didn't you love Nancy with Joe with the hair? Oh, I love Joe's hair. Love that. Yes, Jet. Tootie was a housewife very briefly on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I didn't think she was great. Yeah. I don't know. It was just like back and forth. It was like, it's Tootie. I know it's Blair. No, it's Tootie. No, it's Blair. I couldn't figure it out. Couldn't figure it out. McKeon. Nancy McKeon was her name. Yes. Oh my God. Wait. Jet says Pej is still hanging with Megan, but they live on polar opposite. Are they hanging out? I don't know. I can't keep up with it all. Has anyone bought a Cameo from Shane Douglas yet? $50. Get it while it's $50. I feel like he's going to go up to 88 soon. I don't feel like he'll go up higher than Doug. If anything, Doug will raise his price. And I don't feel like Shane or Doug would either one make their price higher. When I was on Cameo, I had it at $19, which I think is the absolute lowest you can start off. And it was so fun. I really did do some fun cameos. I loved it. Okay, Jeff Lewis extended with Sarah Colonna and Carrie Lewis. Talked a lot about jury duty, blah, blah, blah. How to get out of jury duty. I don't know. Thank you for the follow. Then this caller, Cooper, came in. She's pregnant. Just found out 2 days ago that she was like dating a guy. What was this story? They dated, they broke up, they worked together at the same company. So she knows where he lives. Her parents have his phone number, but she's never met his parents. I guess he's blocked her and ghosted her. So she wanted to let him know that she's pregnant. So she dropped off the pregnancy test, I think, on a FedEx thing on his front door, and he still hasn't contacted her. I mean, that was crazy. Oh, yes. AUS says you can email Doug on Cameo for a few dollars. Someone said yesterday it was like $3 or $4. You can email him. Yeah, but you can also DM him for free. I mean, I don't know. You can also give him a tip if you want to support him. No, they take away money from that. I think if you just Yeah, they take money off of Cameo too. How's the best way? I don't know. Doug doesn't need your money. Just chat with him on DM, but get a Cameo from him because I bet he does the best cameos for sure. Um, this caller Cooper, that was interesting for sure. Okay, last, and then we're going to open it up to a little bit of questions anyone has or conversations. Carrie Lewis, working mom issues. She's just like, look, I love summer. I love the weather. I love the camps, but it's a lot. She tells the example that one of her kids, or both of them maybe, the camp didn't make it because it didn't have enough people. And so she had to scurry and find another camp. Y'all don't forget, camp for kids for working parents is daycare. I mean, you got to make sure they're safe. I mean, we love Pepper, but Pepper has proven, even as of recently, a vacation story she told, they like were at the pool or somewhere, and Pepper was like in the entry, the lobby of the hotel talking to people. I mean, she had left the hotel room and when they had told them to stay in the same, for her and the other girl to stay in the hotel room, and she didn't. So even as of very recently, there's real reasons why her daughters are not yet old enough to stay home alone by themselves. Also, you need to entertain them. Nobody wants to sit at home all summer, and camps are much cheaper than paying a nanny to hang out with them all day, right? But I mean, she was on fire. I mean, she's very relatable to me. Just saying that, Todd he goes to work, but unless it's something else he wants to do, like take him to soccer, that's all he does. He's not the one making the doctor's appointments. He's not the one taking them here and there, making their lunch. He's not the one that's called when they're sick at school. It was relatable in my opinion. What did y'all think? Are you a working parent? Y'all know I'm a stay-at-home mom. But even just doing this little fun fan account, like my podcast, I still have to arrange things and like make sure, my kids are okay for this 45 minutes that I go live every day because, if not, they're going to be calling and interrupting the live. And, so even that's stressful. I can't imagine. Even when I was a teacher, when I went and was a teacher for 5 years, I did that because then I knew I was off the same exact schedule as my kids. So I already got off the summers. I already got off Christmas. I already got off Thanksgiving. So it was just easier. Yes, I agree. Tracy says summer's the worst for working parents. Yeah, because you've got all those free, even when they're older. So I caught a TikTok of a mom, that was so brutally honest. I love TikTok. I feel like you could be more honest on TikTok than Instagram. I feel like TikTok is a little more real talk and Instagram is a little more. And then Facebook, it's like TikTok is real. Instagram's a little real and a little fake. And Facebook is very fake. Like, oh my God, my life is amazing. My children are amazing. They made their beds. They cleaned up. They don't fight. My husband makes $500,000 a year. All the things. I feel like that's my levels of TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. But this girl on TikTok, this mom was like, no one talks about the summers when your kids are teenagers and you don't know what to do with them anymore. You're a stay-at-home mom, but you're like, they're too old to go to the park. They don't want to go to the water park. They don't want to hang out with you. They stay in their rooms all day. They chat with their friends. It's weird, right? And I'm like, so relatable. Like, y'all know, so relatable. I love, love this passion of mine to chat reality TV, celebrity gossip, Jeff Lewis. I love doing this. But I can only do it pretty much because I quit working. I did decide to be a stay-at-home dog mom to Luna. And also my kids are teenagers. So there's not this, all day, like, oh, I need to take them to this and this and this and this, I can squeeze it in even a little more now. Speaking of squeezing things in, I am going somewhere amazing very soon. So I'm really not sure what next week's schedule will look like. I'll just have to figure it out. Make sure you're following me, whatever your favorite social media is. Hit the bell notification to notify when I go live. I try to promote it, but even if you miss the live, it might be a different time. I might not be able to go live. I might go randomly live on TikTok. I don't know why I like going live on TikTok alone versus everywhere else. But anyways, but just see where that leads us, because I'm really not sure what next week will look like, and I'll tell you soon what I get to do. Anyways, yes, LCAS said, I worked for a school district for years, off every holiday and summers off. It worked out well. Yeah, it does. Y'all are so quiet on TikTok. Why are y'all quiet on TikTok? Anyways, okay. Well, we are going to wrap it up very soon. Yes. Yes. Tracy says, even with camp, someone has to go get them. And yes, on the teen summers, they're too old for camp. So much trouble to get into. Exactly. You don't want them, and you don't want them bored. You know what I mean? Wait, who's Bravo in Hawaii? You just requested to come on live. Will you guys follow me? Okay, tell us. I'm going to give you a chance. Bravo in Hawaii. Tell us what you chat about. I assume Bravo, right? Bravo in Hawaii says, will you guys follow me? Hi, Mama Judy. Adore you. Adore you. It's Friday and wrapping up my work day. Awesome. Respectfully 5. Jess on TikTok says, why didn't I know that Pole was Peggy from OC's brother? Because you clearly don't listen to me. I've been talking about that for a couple of, months. Yes. Why did Peggy go on and do this podcast? It's a podcast with two, I think they're cousins. 2 cousins that run the account like Bravo TBH, the Real Housewives. Thank you, Bravo in Hawaii. The Real Housewife, TRH or something. Anyways, everyone's sending it to me. We chatted about it yesterday because I think someone asked my opinion on it. I have listened to just enough of it, the clips that people have sent me, all about the T and then TRH, the Real Housewives is the name of the podcast, I think. Yeah, it was very interesting. Tiffany Chump says that was terrible, a terrible podcast. Oh, I love Dana Wilkie. How was your podcast with Dana Wilkie? Great. I thought it was great. We were on each other's podcast either at the beginning of the year, that's still up. And then she asked me to do her podcast a couple of Sunday nights ago. And I would love to have her on mine again. I just haven't really gone back to doing my regular podcast that I was putting out on Sundays. I'm just squeezing in. It's enough to squeeze in going live 5 days a week. So we'll figure that out. Jess says, are Jeff and Christa on the outs now because of the implant? I don't know. He's made a few. He definitely stopped following her. As of recently, she was still following him, but he's unfollowed her. And he's mentioned the breast implant that she's blaming it on his daughter. He's mentioned maybe some alleged usage of chemicals or something. He's mentioned that she texted and was sort of giddy, happy about the Reddit rumors about Joey Zalzig. So I do think they're on the outs. I don't know though, but you know how things, next week they could be great again. I've met Christa a couple of times. I think she's super nice. She's beautiful in real life for one thing, but she's fun. She was never, ever. Now I've only met her in public whatevers, but I've never seen her drunk. I've never seen her in a bad light at all. I've never heard her say anything bad, nothing. So, anyways. Oh, Bravo in Hawaii. People are checking out your thing. Get it together, Bravo in Hawaii. I'm a real person. I love that. Good for you. Oh, Jeff's going to Hawaii soon in August. Didn't he say it's him and who is it? I feel like it's him and Joey and Shane and Brogan. I don't know. Southern Belle says, wait, whose breast implant? I know it's a lot. Christa Lamas has breast implants. She apparently said that maybe Monroe hit one in the pool and popped it, but now they're saying she was complaining that it was off a little bit the day before, so we don't really know. Oh, I love that. I love when y'all chat in comments. Oh, Lisa, is Harlow at your house? I heard a baby crying whenever you left me a voice message earlier. She's got a new grandbaby named Harlow. Wait, what? Bravo and Stone says, I found it hard to believe Dana or Donna, which one are you talking about? Had no clue about the Jeff dust up. I don't know what a dust up means, but also don't know which Dana or Donna you're talking about. So clarify that so I can understand that. AUS says, I like Sarah Colonna, but feels she was funnier with just Juicy Scoop with Heather. Really sad that their situation as friends shifted, possibly. I definitely think their friendship has shifted because there's zero, like, why wouldn't Sarah keep going on the show? You know what I mean? For sure. Oh, Lisa says you're at Harlow's house. Oh, I love that. What have people said about Joey? Oh, well, apparently they're saying now that Jeff and Joey are dating, but there was a Reddit thread about the weekend after 4th of July, maybe. So 2 or 3 weeks ago, all this big, long, whatever. Somebody sent me a picture of it, but it was something about Joey being at Mr. Chow restaurant. And Joey does have a loud, dark, deep voice. And it was all this stuff about him being bad mouthing some other chumps. Maybe there was some snow accusations, if you know what I mean. Snow. What else was said? Just a bunch of different things. And basically, he was very upset about it. But he was like, I've never had anyone lie about me. But then Jeff said, well, about 20% of it was true. So, was it in the bathroom that they heard him talking in the bathroom or had a conversation with him in the bathroom? Yeah, something about that. Something about. Oh, Bravo and Stone says Dana Wilkie kept asking you about your personal issues with Jeff. I was like, girl, stop. Yeah, I really do think so. I have a handful of amazing creators that I chat with, you know, uh, all the time. And I think it's hard for us to even keep up with all the drama. There's a lot of infighting. There's a lot of drama between content creators. So I think it's really hard to keep up with who they're fighting with also, because sometimes I'll hear somebody will share something with me. I'm like, oh, I didn't even know that. So I believed in Dana Wilkie. Y'all, she's the 25,000, remember the $25,000 sunglasses girl from Beverly Hills. She now lives in Florida, and I'm not giving anything away. She makes this public. She's raising her son by herself, and is that the real Michael Hitchcock? Are you on? It says Hitch Michael. Is that his name? Anyways, shout out if it's you. We were raving about you. Anyways, okay. I'll lose my train of thought. I really do think she didn't know anything about the Jeff Lewis drama, like, because it was a lot to keep up with. I think Jeff Lewis is on 5 days a week, 2 hours. I mean, don't forget, he is now on the entire Jeff Lewis Extended. So he is giving updates all during that show. So a lot of people can't listen to 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday. So I definitely, and she doesn't listen. She even said on that podcast, her podcast, it's still up on her YouTube channel, Dana Wilkie. It's on YouTube channel. She even said, I don't watch Jeff Lewis. I watch your content to see what's going on with Jeff Lewis. So I believe that she didn't know anything about that. You know what I mean? Anyways. You think so? Tea with Tambo says Jeff is taking all of Heather McDonald's friends. If Chris goes, Heather will only have Julie and Brandy. But wasn't so Chris Frangiola is still on Juicy Scoop. So they're still friends. I think they've even posted recently. No, Chris Frangiola and Sarah Colonna are still friends because they posted about a month ago something about some lemons off their tree. So I think, you can still have that. Yes. Jets. So this is what I think. I'm going to read the comment and then I'll answer it. Sarah, at the next event, which is August 8th, I will be there. Please beg Jeff to video that extended show. I have no say in this. I can definitely tell him what people are telling me, but I'm sure y'all DM that anyways. I think that's one of the things that Jeff is leveraging with his, when they start negotiating, whenever that is, October, sometime it's in the next few months. But I'll be so bummed. I will be so bummed. As hard as it is, as hard as it is to listen to 2 hours of content and then come on live at 3 PM Eastern every day to chat about it, um, I would be bummed if Jeff Lewis lost the extended show. I would love for it to stay 2 hours. I would love for it to just be I don't know that I want 2 different maybe I just want a guest and then the last hour I don't know what I want. What do y'all want? I don't know. Um, I don't know. I would be bummed if it only went down to an hour again, I think. Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe we need just an hour again to give me a little more time in the week. I don't know. Yes, I know. Here's you then says you want it to stay 2 hours, but you struggle to listen to both shows. It's a lot. I mean, I've still got to like load the dishwasher. I mean, I've got a dog to play with. I mean, Realities with Krista Marie says, I enjoy longer content. The thing is, there's so much other stuff I also love listening to. Thankfully, shout out y'all. Y'all send me clips of the other podcast or the stories. So I really do appreciate that because I don't have it in me to follow 300 or 1,000 other people and see all the stories all day long on Instagram alone. That would be a literal 40 hours a day. I could never do that. So I do appreciate that y'all keep me up to date on things for sure. What else? Hold on, I just saw something. Oh, AUS says, I think Jeff will get Netflix with his Hollywood Housewives show. I don't know that all the money in the world will make him go back to Netflix. He had a very negative experience when he was trying to get on with Netflix before Amazon took him on. I don't know. Yes, Jessie just said, I subscribe to the Sirius app just for Jeff Lewis so I can listen anytime. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Reality says it's so hard to get to my lives on much to try and make a lot of others times. It's too much. I don't really know what that means, but yeah, it's hard to listen to everything for sure. Well, Cheryl Crow says I would rather 2 hours of Jeff Lewis live than the Jess Cagle show. I catch the Jess Cagle show sometimes if I'm in the car and I'm like, like what? Typos. It's okay. It's okay. Anyways, okay, we'll go for 3 more minutes. Y'all have some really good things. Doreen, Heather McDonald is still friends with Rick and Kelly. I feel like they will make up. Y'all, I mean, that is why Doug said a few weeks ago, look, I am not going to unfollow people or not be friends with people that you aren't because that leaves me stuck out in the cold. Look at how many people Jeff has bounced in and out of his life. If if Doug took a stance and was like, I'm not, it just looks bad on him, right? It all goes back to that whole, a friend's husband is cheating and they're bad mouthing them. And then you're like, yeah, leave him. Da, da, da. And then they get back together and they're mad at you because you were the one saying, yeah, leave him. So it's never a good turnout for anyone, right? A lose for sure. Yes, Rita. So she says, wondering if you have any information on Jeff Lewis and Krista. We just chatted about that. So the replay on TikTok doesn't go up, but the replay goes up everywhere else, and as a podcast at Sarah from Texas podcast. So go back and listen there for sure. We get started at 3 p.m. Eastern Monday through Friday. So you can even look at lots of old shows, watch them. We don't know. Yvonne says, do we know why he's not with Amazon for Hollywood House Lift? He's just said that Amazon Freebie, which is like this other part, you could watch Hollywood House Lift on Amazon Prime, but it was Freebie, this app that he was in particular on. He says that's going away. Other people say it's not going away. What he did say is they just kept delaying the talks with him every month. So I don't know if that means the ratings weren't good. They don't have the money. Is it because Freebie's going away? I think he alluded to something like Amazon Prime already has so much content. Like he could fit in on Freebie, but he couldn't fit on Amazon Prime. So I don't know. I was lucky enough to meet probably after the Hollywood House of Season 2 party. Who is it? Justin Martindale, I think, invited me. We all went with a bunch of people, a bunch of chumps over to Not, what's it called? What's the bar they go to a lot? Not, the place after the Halloween, whatever that place is called. Something's happening on TikTok. Verify inactivity. Is my TikTok fine? It's being weird. Weird TikTok. Okay, I hope TikTok's not being weird. If it is, you have to join somewhere else. Schmitty's. And Justin's boyfriend, who's amazing, works for Amazon, but there was a couple of Amazon executives there. And we were chatting, and one of them was like, look, the reason we got Jeff is because my wife said, I love Jeff Lewis. And then they reached out to him, and he was totally bragging about working with Jeff, how professional he was. When they did that commercial, when he did the commercial for a Fresh, he was like, he showed up. He did it over and over. He was so professional. We love Jeff Lewis. So I think the ratings are there. I think Jeff loved working with Amazon. So I'm not sure what's going to end up there. Anyways, we are going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for joining live. If you're watching on a replay, I adore you. Have an amazing weekend. Again, make sure you're following me everywhere, subscribing. Make sure you hit the button to get notified when I go live, because my schedule could be a little bit tricky next week. If I promote anywhere or last minute updates, I try to do that on my Instagram. So just make sure you're following me everywhere. Have an amazing weekend. I'll talk to you later. Bye, y'all. I don't know. TikTok's being weird. Anyways, bye, Instagram. Bye, YouTube and Facebook.